Okay, so after I was sitting at my computer and somebody goes, "Oh, well, you're stuck in that neighborhood because of 1972," and I thought, I wasn't born in 1972. Chris was, my sister was. I think you have us mixed up. Really, the more I look at the people who've dyed their hair red, I'm pretty sure they mixed us up. Nonetheless, I was here, living in 67, born in 67. Whoa ho for the life of a bear, say keep Confederation, well, keep Canada anyway, democracy forever. But 72, I guess I assumed it was the FLQ crisis. I don't exactly know what it was about. Pierre Laporte, there was some danger, jeopardy to human rights and freedoms, and a bunch of people went to jail, but maybe it was someone who walked back. I tried to research it. I couldn't quite find it. But at around the same time, I was awakened to some sense of the Husseins. And seeing as they were already gone, so what good was I going to do to anything there? I researched, and the only one that I found nice looking, no offense to his brother, was O'Day. Bad, good, indifferent. I don't know. I'll never know him. He was already dead. But in his younger pictures, and from reading what I read, and in the one movie I saw where he was portrayed as not a bad person, as a person who had things coming at him that he wasn't coping with. In the slander that I read, which looked like it came from the bark, he was portrayed as a womanizer who hurt women and particular groups of women and whatnot. And obviously he could have been either. But because I always look for the good in someone, and he's gone, God judged him, not me, I tried to see if there was anything good, because that's what my job is. I'm only a woman. And when I was finished doing that, because obviously you don't get away from the computer till you look at everything that sort of, is next on your list of what you're going to click and what runs into what and what runs into what, because I used to make notes and little booklets about different countries, and I studied places in Africa and all these, commerce systems and whatnot. But when I was studying the religious aspects of where we come from, and I had done a little bit of, I taught it all in when I was teaching grade 5 and 6 immersion, I had French books, because we were in a religious system. I taught in a religious system. It was still religious when I did immersion. And so I taught the Old Testament and the New Testament in stories and Bible stories. Really good program. So I looked up Judaism and that sort of thing. And then I looked up Babylon, because I was trying to think the rivers of Babylon. And the church here was Zion. And there was so much about Zion. And I still am not quite sure about what Zion means, except a group of people, and then Ahmadinejad would talk and he would say something, but it didn't suit the nouns and the verbs, and so I kept researching and trying to make sense of translations and whatnot in English, and wondering if somebody else might be speaking, and some of them just gave up because someone's over talking them anyway. But Babylon is actually in Iraq, and I always thought it was a Jewish place, and it's where people go to be judged by God, the gates of God, where you would go up. And the passage I'm about to upload from my Bible readings tonight is a Revelations, and it talks about an angel coming down from heaven, and such as might be any angel, but maybe an angel from our times, maybe Muhammad, but could be somebody else. There are angels who are on earth at this time, and he's crying mightily because Babylon is fallen, which is Iraq, and now all that's left wandering around there are devils. And every foul spirit that could possibly get there is there trying to get up to God. It's like heaven becoming full. Well, the gates of heaven are full now. And it's just the cage of every hateful and unclean bird, which really is the way it is, isn't it, when they're trying to get in and trying to take from God and trying to take from anybody who would have been there at the gates of heaven. And that's a revelation.